The challenge with being overcome by the passions is that it seems pretty odd that something good can overtake you and seemingly be something bad. And so Socrates says that in reality here, it's appearance versus reality. That's the issue. And nearness distorts the vision. So if you're really close to a sound, it sounds louder. If you are far away, you can't see very clearly, so you need to approach it to be able to see things clearly. And Socrates argues then that the problem is not our passions that lead us into trouble when somebody is not temperate, but that they have poor measuring skills. In other words, because something is so near to them, they desire it more than they should. So this might be something that someone would say about smoking, for example. They just want the cigarette now, even though in more reflective state they want to quit smoking. And Socrates' explanation of that is that, well, they are judging the pleasure of having the cigarette to be of more importance than quitting smoking. And the reason is because that pleasure is so near. If it weren't so near, they could see clearly, have wisdom, and decline that option. And he says courage is the same thing, because Protagoras has made courage out to be unique, definitely distinct from all the virtues, and he claims that you can be courageous and not virtuous in any of the other ways. And Socrates questions him, well, wait a minute, isn't it courage to approach what you should be confident about? Courage isn't overconfidence, that's just foolishness. And so those who have courage have wisdom about what to fear and what not to fear. In other words, people who are courageous have wisdom. And in fact, it seems like the opposite of courage then is a lack of wisdom or folly. And since the opposite of folly is wisdom and the opposite of courage is folly, wisdom just is courage. The same argument that he used for temperance. Now, at this point, we note that Socrates has actually argued for the point that Protagoras should have argued for. If courage is wisdom and virtue is a wisdom, then it seems like virtue could be taught. But Socrates still is unconvinced that virtue can be taught, and so they leave in a state of aporia once again. And this leads to the need for a more broader explanation of virtue. And so they take up justice, or rather Socrates takes up justice in the Republic. And that's where we will spend a lot of time.